Greetings and salutations. It is I, Johnny, and this is the Who the Heaven Is I podcast, Season 3, Episode 2. How are you? I'm motivated. It's Monday, and yesterday was Mother's Day. Word to your moms out there. I mean, seriously, if it wasn't for your moms, you literally wouldn't be here right now. Unless, of course, you were like grown in a petri dish or you're a robot. And that's a whole nother conversation. I don't know if I'm ready to have that right now because I'm motivated and I'm ready to stay focused today. Focused. And I'm launching my 7 days of success program. And I'm launching it first for myself. Like, I'm going to be the alpha tester. Like, proof's in the pudding, right? Like, how can I help people if I can't help myself, right? I think it was Stabbing Westward that had that song. I cannot save you. I can't even save myself. But I can save myself. I mean, when I say save, I mean, like, save the flavor, clone it, multiply it, bottle it up, and that's what I plan on doing. So my 7 days of success, I'm focusing on one project specifically, and this project is my EP for the film Master Strange in the Omniverse, Beginner's Guide to Quantum Living. And there's a companion book, and the cool thing about the companion book is that it has the lyrics, it has some tips and tricks and some fun stuff. It's also my credits and my thank yous, because there's so many people that have inspired me and helped me along the way. And without them, I wouldn't be where I am right now. So that's always important to remember where you came from. And, I was talking moments ago about the parental units. Mother's Day has just come and now it's gone. But listen, Mother's Day is every day. You don't have to wait for just that one day to buy flowers and call your mom and say, "Hey mama, happy Mother's Day." Like, I'm going to call my mom or text my mom later and just see what's up, because she's an important and valuable part of my life, as is my father. They bring different energies. And I think in any relationship, unless it's, you're dating yourself, which I've done that on and off for years. And when I say I'm dating myself, it's like the period when I'm not with someone, I'm with myself, right? And so how do you show up for yourself? And this is really important with the 7 days of success as I work on my EP titled Back Up, because I find that if you're stepping into your space and your development and you don't even know who you are, how do you build upon something that you don't know what it is? I mean, you can randomly just get in a car and hit the gas and go, but you might end up down a one-way street. You might end up hitting a brick wall. And that's why just having the goal at the end is big. I have this really big overarching goal of, someone from NBC or Saturday Night Live, is going to call me and say, "Hey, we need you for the last shot of episode, I guess the 16th, the 18th is the Scarlett Johansson episode, right? And that there's going to be a cliffhanger. We heard your podcast about the cliffhanger. We love the idea of the cliffhanger, and we don't know how to implement it, so we're bringing you in, and I'm just going to show up in that last scene, and they're doing the closing credits, but Lorne Michaels gets out and they look like the closing credits, right? And then Master Strange comes out and says, "There's been a disturbance in the quantum universe, the omniverse." And then I grab Lorne and both of us go up with the, like the lunch lady land, the lifts, and we go flying away. And then it cuts to a shot of Keaton going, "What's up with that?" cliffhanger. And it comes to the next thing, which is Father's Day, right? That's the overarching. Like that's in an alternate universe. That's going to happen somewhere. But wouldn't it be cool if it happened in this universe? Like, how cool would it be for the 50th season of Saturday Night Live to end on a cliffhanger, but then have like that old Steve Jobs +1? Like, think about it. Like, I don't think we're ready, for the season to end yet. Hasn't been enough cameos. Hasn't been enough wildness. Although there was a really crazy skit that I was watching from a couple weeks ago last night. Where it's like this couple shows up with apparently like some sort of adopted baby type thing, and it was like out of nowhere, and it was hilarious. And like you see like the cast members really like doing their best to kind of reel it in and contain their laughter, because it's such a bizarre skit, and I love the bizarreness. Like, can Goat Boy find his way into the last episode of season 50, right? Or can we do a +1 and hold it on like Father's Day Eve, so like Father's Day the 15th, so like June 14th is the +1, right? And that could be cool. But I progress. So 7 days of success. Oh, I've got a couple tracks I need to record. Track number 3 is already recorded, T3, and that's the single I already have up from the Soul Pilot. But I've got tracks 1 and 2, and tracks 4, 5, and 6, and there may even be a bonus one. But let's say I got 5 tracks to record. Can I do that in 5 days? I think so. Like, I'm getting my butt on the bus, the trolley, and going to head down to the recording studio at the Miami Beach Public Library. I can bang out tracks 1 and 2 today, I think, within an hour. Because the first one is spoken word, and it's just a quick timing thing. And the second one, I had finished on my computer, but I just want it mastered better and put it into Logic and just EQ it out and make it sound sweet. I don't want to get too technical, because this isn't a technical podcast. This is more of a mindset, spiritual, like, hey, I'm diving into the pool, and I'm off the deep end. Watch as I dive in. I'll never reach the ground, or something like that. All we hear is Radio Gaga and Cooper. If you get what I'm picking up there, that's a trifecta. Imagine if Lady Gaga, Bradley Cooper, and Queen like rocked out a song together. Like, I like the fact that like Lady Gaga did a song with Metallica, but let's do the flip of that. Let's have Metallica come do a Lady Gaga song, right? I think that's what's missing. I played with a band once. I played with them a couple times. Like, we were just jamming out and stuff like that. And the first jam session was pretty good, although it's kind of like what happened in high school. Like, couldn't get the vocals like loud enough, so I'm like shouting, and it's like I didn't even get into their microphone until towards the end. And then the second time we jammed, I had like all my keyboard and everything. I was so excited to like rock it out, and I don't know. It felt like we just stayed in the chord of E, like, the key of E, with playing power chords of E. And I like more variety and diversity. And I proposed the suggestion to these heavy metal dudes that, hey, we should do like some covers, like do weird stuff, like do a Cyndi Lauper tune, do like Girls Just Want to Have Fun, but like with dudes, do Lady Gaga song, instead of bad romance, we could do good romance, like we could just funk shift up. Like, I think that's what the universe is looking for. It's not looking for copy and paste. And all too often we find that it's a lot of it, especially in music, it's so easy to take something, and I saw this on a like not a podcast, on Instagram the other day. I can't remember who it was, but they were talking about how like creativity dies when people just find their quote unquote style and just kind of just duplicate it. You create the same sound over and over again, and yeah, like fans like it for consistency and stability, but Man, I'm as random as they come. Like there's a method to my gladness though. Like I was forged from all these different genres of music. I DJ'd for many years, and I made mixtapes when I was younger. Like back in the day, that was like my thing. I loved making mixtapes. I loved immersing into different music. I loved talking with people. And so, while there's two things I'm motivated on. One, my motivational Monday is, hey, my 7 days of success. I'm going to put it out to the universe. Then I'm recording my EP back up over at the Miami Beach Public Library. And you can cheer me on. You can say, hey, Johnny, you can do this. You can do this. Because I just need to get her done. Because once the soundtrack's done, the movie is going to just fall right in place. Because it's, I'm not going to say it's a rock opera. Because it's not just rock. It's not operatic. It's a synergy of film and music. And any good film, like dun 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 dun, it sets the tone. And I really feel really great and passionate about this project. And I haven't really put it out to the world. I I stay in my turtle shell often, although like I'm getting out of it, just because I realize like I want to share it. I think people will enjoy it. I enjoy presenting it to people, but I just feel like it's just been for myself. And I've the EP specifically I've been working on since 2015 or so. It's 10 years. Don't even get me started about the Future 86 project. That's been going on for 26 years. And I think like great wine or the añejo tequilas, man, this stuff ages really well. And I think right place, right time, right vibe. And now is the time for this to come alive. Um, but I do have to just say a couple quick things. Just because, Scarlett Johansson is going to be on Saturday Night Live this weekend. And there was a skit that I watched from, I guess it was 2 episodes ago of Saturday Night Live, where Colin Jost is kind of like trying to sell his ferry, right? And uh, I don't even know what to call her because she's not just a girlfriend, she's a woman friend, but she's like my woman lover. Like, uh, she's the lady in my life. I think that sounds better than girlfriend. The lady in my life, because she's the lady, and I guess you could say I'm the tramp because we even talked about it. I'll suck the freaking spaghetti out of her mouth any day. Um, anyway, the point of the matter is, we were watching the Black Widow, and there's a scene at the beginning. Hey, spoiler alert! If you haven't seen Black Widow, cover up your ears for a second. There's a scene in the beginning where Black Widow ends up on like a ferry, and I thought, like, first off, like that's totally like a skit that can totally be talked about. Like maybe Michael Che uses this as roasting material towards the end because they always do that great roast off at the end of the year. Um, like how somehow Colin Jost, and convinced Disney to put a scene of a ferry with his girlfriend on there so he could use it for marketing material to sell, the Staten Island ferry, his share of it. I don't know, or maybe like Colin Jost, like if you're listening to this, like, can I like DJ on your ferry, like the same way like Raising Cane has like a DJ on it? Like maybe you need a DJ on your ferry to make it more attractive, or do black lights. Like that's my thing too. Just go with it. Like, come on, you can be just like a ferry, or you could be like the ferry, like, right? And I think you could probably even charge double admission if I started throwing down some music and we did like a blacklight paint party like on the weekends and stuff like that. Or maybe even do it on the weekdays when there's not a lot of traffic, in order to drum up business for people wanting to come to Staten Island. And I've only been to Staten Island a couple times because I had a friend, Greg, that lived out that way. And we would jam out in the early 2000s, late 90s. Like my first serious girlfriend, like her noonie and her grandpa lived out there on Staten Island. And I went a couple times out there, once for Thanksgiving, and I forget what the other time was. Maybe it was Mother's Day, actually, out to Staten Island. and it was cool place. But maybe that could bring up some tourism. Do the walking tour of like Pete Davidson's neighborhood. Like people want to know, like, how did it all happen? And yeah. So 7 days of success. So first thing is like I'm going to, for the first, right now it's around 8:17 in the morning, and I have client work I'm going to be doing today. But for the first 2 hours before 10 o'clock, I'm punching into my work for clients at 10 o'clock. But I'm giving the first 2 hours to myself. That gives me some chance. I did a little bit of exercise this morning, and I'm going to do a little bit of meditation, but I'm going to do a little bit more of that. But I can bang out a bunch of content. I can work on the book. I get focused, plan out my day, do a lot within those 2 hours. So I think organizing your ideas and your thought process is really good. I use a platform called Trello, and I think Trello is a great place to kind of just to do so much. You can use it for communication between people. You can use it for organizing ideas. You can use it for task management. I've used it for storyboarding. I've used it for taking notes in school. There's so much. But with the backup EP, I've got to put my tasks out there. So I'll put that together, and I'll share some of the stuff. Maybe on another podcast. Maybe I'll even do a visual podcast sometime soon. Although I know that, with modern technology, some of these become visual podcasts, but they're not really visual podcasts. Yep, I'm back in bed. I woke up early. I woke up like 6:30, did some stretching and light exercise and meditation, and I like to. I'm like the sun. The sun doesn't just like ping, flip the switch and it's on. I hear it's a nice rainy day outside, so the plants that we have are on our balcony, and I'm going to water them because they don't get natural water. And I sing to the plants because I believe that all life is reciprocal and not reciprocal is I wanted to use it a recip. But I guess I'm not going to find the right word right now. So all life, all matter receives the energy we put out. So whether it's a plant or whether it's your car, I believe it fuels the energy that we put out into the universe. So why not put positive energy out there with everything? The one thing we can control is our mind and our thoughts, right? So just think the best of everything. This is another thing I saw somewhere on Instagram the other day. Like we let our overthinking think of all the negative possible outcomes. Why don't we ever just think of all the positive possible outcomes? It's a full moon tonight, so it's one of those things where I find the full moons are like end of the cycle, and it's time to release those things that don't serve us anymore and plant the intentions for things that we want. I did this pretty cool mantra for myself. I recorded it on my phone, put some music to it, and added some cool chirping birds from back in the day, and I sent myself positive messages because we can be our worst enemy. We could also be our best friend. And so back to, putting stuff out into the universe. If you're going to put stuff out into the universe, for me, I'm going to do it with lots of love. There's so much love going on. Like, I'm just wrapping up this project with Urgent Inc. and Urgent Academy and Lotus House, dropping an EP soon called It's All About Love. I've recorded music with the students. One of my inspirations, Melissa Villasenor, did a whole art show about love. Like, love is in the air, I've got this lady in my life that is all about love. And it's like, we talk, it's like, we're approaching the relationship different than I've approached any relationship in the past of whether it be of intimate nature or whether it be of romantic nature, where I don't put any toxic seeds of doubt into anything. I just do my best to fill the relationship with love and put positive vibes out there and assume the best. And a lot of times people go into a relationship and they put these stop gates where they go, well, I don't know if I could trust this person yet. I'm going to slowly move. And it's like the song "To Die with a Smile" by Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga. Like, what if the world's going to end tomorrow? Like, why are you waiting to jump in? What you waiting for, Gwen Stefani? Just jump right in. And it's been great. Like, I think the more that you give an open heart and have excellent communication, like our communication is pretty great. It's almost like telepathic at times, or maybe it's all the time telepathic. And we clutter things up with our human emotions and words. But I think that we both have common goals and we set things together, and I think that's important. And I'm supportive of what she's doing, and she's supportive of what I'm doing, and sharing is caring, and we share our lives together, and it's good. It's actually great. But enough about that. So, backup EP, 7 Days of Success. It's now 20 minutes into this episode. It takes a little bit to post this stuff up. I'm doing my best just to minimalistically post this stuff so people can kind of hear it, get motivated. So like we can do this together. Like we can have 7 days of success together. And if you want to do that with me, the first thing is, one, identify the goal. Okay? So my goal is to finish recording the backup EP in 7 days. So I got 7 days. I got one of the tracks already finished, so I really only have, 5 tracks, and 2 of them are like low-hanging fruit because they're pretty much done already. The most challenging ones, like the track 1, spoken word, boom, done. And then track 2 is Master Strain theme song, where are we going? It's the introduction of that character in the short film. In the quantum omniverse, the omniverse, quantum living, it's a thing. And if you, it's kind of cool because we're at this age of information where something just sounds so like crazy sci-fi, but like in the 1980s, they came out with the Dick Tracy movie. It's like, oh, cool, phone watch, ha ha ha, that's in the future. But like that stuff's here now. So, like, what's to say, like, quantum living and quantum mechanics aren't going to be part of our day-to-day in 10, 20 years? I know they are, because Constradamus has seen the future. It's unlocking the consciousness and the reality of what life really is. And life is living and loving and passion. And I think the more that we could follow that, life becomes serendipitously amazing. And so 7 days of success, get your idea out, boom, the end goal, right? And then reverse engineer it back for over the 7 days, like realistically set goals, and then proclaim it out to the world, like, this is what I'm doing. Get the support, like, ask for the support. That's one thing I haven't done. I'm doing it today. Today is Mayo Dose, and I'm just gonna say, hey, I not that I want help. I want people to know what I'm working on, what I'm doing. It's fun stuff. I got my clothing line. I should probably launch cohesively. But that's the one thing, and my friends and family have always said, oh, focus on one thing. And, I guess I'll do that for this week. I'll focus on the EP, in between doing my normal work. And even if I just did 2 to 4 hours a day over 7 days, so 4 hours times 7, you do the math on that. That's 28 hours. That's almost a full-time schedule there. Technically, 32 hours is full-time. So maybe I'll find a way to get another 4 hours in, and I'll do 32 hours of my music and film and my book and my art, and see where it goes, in addition to my normal client work and all that other fun stuff that I do. All right? So, yeah, I'm gonna drop this right now because I obviously can talk for a little bit, and I want to get going because it's already 8:26 now, and I got an hour and a half before I gotta boom boom get to work. So, lots of love. Send it out to the universe. It's a full moon. Set your intentions of what you want to focus on. Release all those things you don't like, and share love. That's the thing. You have choice, right? I know that's what I do. I mean, you do whatever you want. I mean, but if things aren't working, I know when things started working in my life is when I just stopped focusing on the negative and living small and just really focused on what I wanted and how I wanted to live. And it's all starting to fall into place. And I think it would never have come into fruition if I didn't plant the seed. Because plant the seed and you will find the Garden of Eden can be grown in your mind. Yes. Master Strange coming soon to a theater near you. This has been îJohnnî of the Who the Heaven Is I podcast, sometimes referred to as îJohnnî. All right, well, you have a great day. Plant your seeds. Take care of business, but take care of your heart. Because without a heart, your blood doesn't flow throughout the universe of your body. And your soul deserves to have the temple running strong. All right. You can always visit thewizardcast.com, where making magic is my business. And it's a place where you can kind of find out more about these podcasts and fun things and everything. So peace and power to your dreams. îJohnnî out.